Alright, what is up guys, Spider here, and today we're going to be breaking down the new news coming out for the up-and-coming Spider-Man movie called Spider-Man Brand New Day, which, if you guys didn't know, is going to be releasing on July 31st, 2026, so we have about a year and a few months before this comes out. And I just want to talk a little bit about what was just released or leaked at the new Disney Entertainment meeting. So let's get right into the details. So Scorpion, Boomerang, and Tombstone will all appear in the movie. Now, I'm curious to see how they're going to do this, because with Daredevil Born Again showing the rise of Kingpin, it looks like we're kind of going in this new street level type of villain organization, which I'm all for. I had said years back that, I was complaining that we never got the proper Spider-Man story we need. Like, if you guys have ever seen Spectacular Spider-Man, it all took place with Peter going and facing his normal life while, these crime bosses were slowly overtaking the city. Well, they had already overtook. But it had Norman Osborn building up all these superhumans. And if you guys haven't seen the new Spider-Man TV show that is on Disney Plus, go check that out. Go check that series out. As a Spider-Man fan, I'm critical on everything. Like, I do not like any of the Tom Holland movies. I think they're absolute garbage besides Homecoming. I think him in Civil War was the best alteration that we've had. But the new Spider-Man show was like a 10 out of 10 for me in every way. I think that they nailed the characters, they nailed the designs, they nailed the story. They made me care. I was really worried about how that show would end, and then it ended with I remember the two last episodes were like, they were insanely big, like just crazy. They were doing some crazy, like, if you haven't seen it, go watch it. Go watch it. I'm not gonna spoil that for you, but it is a 10 out of 10. Coming from a diehard Spider-Man fan, if you can't tell by my name, I'm a diehard Spider-Man fan. So yeah, go check that out. But anyways, what I think they're doing is setting up this street level Spider-Man story, and it's confusing to me because with Doomsday and Secret Wars, we're gonna be getting a fresh reset. So I'm wondering if they're trying to make like a little prequel film before Doomsday, because this movie's gonna come out after Doomsday. And I know that Sony really wanted to do a multiversal film, and they wanted to take this in space, and they had plans for Null, which, oh my gosh, would have been a great movie. But I'm also happy that they took time to kind of back up and reevaluate. Because us as Spider-Man fans, we haven't been eating good, okay? We've had the Spider-Man game, which was phenomenal. That was a win for us. We had the Spider-Verse movie. That was a win for us. But then when it comes to the movies, where is the care? Like, watching No Way Home, I promised myself that I wouldn't complain about the film because Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield were coming back. And I told myself, if they're actually in this film, I'm not going to complain. I can't complain about this, because like that in and of itself was something that we never thought would happen. Especially, I was born in 2001. So Tobey was my first Spider-Man movie, let alone my first movie in the theater. And with them returning, I was like, there's no way that'll actually happen. And it happened. But that movie lacked any form of depth, and that movie lacked any form of deep, like, heartfelt meaning. And I don't mean that as the movie had nothing to take away from it. I think the scene of Peter staring at J. Jonah Jameson on the intercom while it's raining is the best Spider-Man scene that's ever been put out. I think that fully captures the character and what they need to do with the MCU version, and it shows that they have potential to do something like that. Because Spider-Man is a grounded character. Even in the comics, he didn't want to be a part of the Avengers, and then Disney kind of looped him as this like little Avengers fanboy. He was never like that. Like, if you go read the Ultimate Comics, and people are gonna fight me in the comments being like, oh, he wanted to be a part of the Avengers. He didn't. If you read the Ultimate Comics, he hated the Avengers. He wanted to stay very far away from them. Even when Nick Fury would come to him and be like, I need you to come work for S.H.I.E.L.D., Peter would be like, I'm not going. That's not going to happen. And I thought that was something that really made the character unique, because he just wanted to be left alone. He ended up getting these powers. He had this responsibility, and he had to try to manage his real life while managing responsibility as well. So I'm hoping that with this new film coming out, if we're going to this street level story with, taking someone like Tombstone, which has been my dream character for a villain to come to the movies for years, like how they handled that in Spectacular was phenomenal. So if we have Tombstone, Scorpion, and Boomerang of all people, which is so funny that they want Boomerang in here, I think that we have the potential to set up one of the best Spider-Man movies of all time. And if the Secret Wars boom happens, and then we have this big, reboot, that gives them a chance to kind of expand that underground villain empire in a big way. And I really hope that they don't finish that type of storyline in this movie. I hope that this is something that's going to extend into the future, because like even there was a plot point in Ultimate Spider-Man where Kingpin had bought the copyright and the rights to Spider-Man in his name and was making merch, and he was like toying a Spider-Man, like throwing his plushie at him, being like, yeah, I'm making money off your name, so as you're stopping my crime, I'm profiting from it, so it's a win-win for me either way. So I think that with this new movie, like with these updates for it, I think that we're in the step to the right direction. If you guys haven't seen the pictures of the new suit, let me tell you right now, they're beautiful. Like, they are absolutely stunning. And I know that it's a placeholder image that came out for the Spider-Man TV show, the TV show before the new one was so terrible, so bad. I hope you can just burn that out of existence. But yeah, it's promo art for that show, and they just use it as a placeholder. But if we're going to be going back to the classic Spider-Man look, I'm all for it. I think that we need a classic look for Peter, and I think that we need a classic look for Spider-Man, and I'm really hoping that we're going to be able to get that here, because we've spent so much time going multiversal, and they kind of screwed that up. Like, if you wanted to go multiversal, he should have disappeared in No Way Home. Like, he should have vanished in No Way Home and went somewhere else. And I think that they flopped really hard on that, but I think that they were working behind the scenes on the Spider-Verse movies and the whole drama with Kang, and it kind of screwed up their story plot. So they played it safe, and I think they're playing it safe here. But yeah, let me know if you guys are a big fan of this or not. Like, let me know if you guys want a multiversal Spider-Man. Do you guys like, stuff like the Spider-Verse? Or do you guys like stuff like, the new Spider-Man TV show? Do you guys like a grounded story? Me personally, my favorite version of Spider-Man is the PlayStation one. And I think that levels out what a true iteration of Spider-Man is, where he's managing his life and responsibilities perfectly. And they have, tweaks to the story. Like, I'm not a big fan of Harry becoming Venom. I like the Eddie Brock storyline a lot more. But you know what? That was a change that I felt that with their story it fit. And it worked in what they were doing. So if this is something that you guys like, let me know. Because I like a grounded Spider-Man. I don't want Spider-Man to be this only multiversal person. I think the multiverse is cool for Spider-Man. But like, it is been milked so much, and I feel like they missed their mark with this multiverse phase, and that's a disappointing, because there's so much that they could have done. We could have had Spider-Man in we could have had just different dimensions. We could have been going to Tobey's universe. We could have been going to Andrew's universe. We could have been going to, an animation universe. Like, they did this years ago. They even did this in the 90s. And I don't understand, like, when you have source material in front of you, why is it this hard to stay on track? Like, why is it this hard for, Marvel to just like stick with what works? Like, you don't need to change everything. And I think that that's something that they learned during this whole multiversal phase, is whoever was in charge was trying to change too much, and we don't want that change. We want our character following the storyline that we had, with some surprises in it. But we're not asking you to completely rewrite his character. But yeah, guys, we also have Sadi Sink, who is in an undisclosed role. A lot of people are saying that, she is going to be Tobey's daughter, which, like, I don't know where you guys are getting this theory from. It's not going to happen. There's no way that she's going to play Mayday. Like, there's no way she's going to play Mayday. I could see Spider-Girl, like, from a different dimension, or, like, I don't know. She's not going to be MJ either. That's already Zendaya's role. But yeah, it's weird. We've got some crazy casting for this movie. But yeah, it's supposed to come out July 31st, 2026. And the filming starts in August of this year. So I'd be insanely just excited. And, I'm kind of at a loss for words, because I thought this was supposed to be a multiversal film, okay? I thought this was supposed to be a massive multiverse film. And now it looks like we're going back to street level in the best possible way. Like, you want to bring Tombstone out? You want to have that scene, like, where he's like, you'll work for me, and he just, like, Spider-Man's like, no, I'm never gonna work for you, and then Tombstone just goes over the desk and just, like, beats Peter. Like, that's, as crazy as that sounds, that's like one of my favorite scenes from Spectacular Spider-Man of all time, because, like, that is where Peter had to start, and Tombstone was such a threat that, like, he actually had to think about what he was gonna do other than just, like, beating these people. It's like, he had to be Spider-Man and stop this crime, but at the same time, if he did, that puts him at risk. And like, that was something that to me was such a cool aspect of, like, he was taking down mob bosses. He had to be smarter, wiser, quicker, faster. Like, he had to trust Norman Osborn even though Norman was lying to him the whole time. Like, I think that that's the direction I could see redone over and over again, and it's what needs to happen in the movies to have a proper grounded Spider-Man story. I also think that Spider-Man as a character works a lot better if they did it as a TV show. If they did a Spider-Man live-action TV show, I think that would make the most money that they had ever received. Like, you know, if they did something like The Flash, where they had all these seasons, you know, The Flash had 8 seasons, and it's hard to do it when you have a speedster, but, like, with Spider-Man, could you guys imagine what you could do with 8 seasons of Spider-Man? Like, it would never get stale. It would constantly just be new villain and new villain and new storyline and new development, and, like, you would have the chance to flesh out characters in ways that you would never be able to do normally. And I think that Disney and Marvel would profit so much more after, you know, doing something that's so grounded with the character, because as much as we need to see Spider-Man, we need to see Peter, and I think to give the fans something that they want, you need to flesh all of it out. And with the reset, I mean, we don't know how long Tom Holland wants to do this. He said he's wanted to do it his whole life. He said he didn't want to do it his whole life. So, you know, let's see what happens. But yeah, guys, let me know how you feel about this. Do you guys enjoy having Tombstone, Scorpion, and Boomerang as, you know, main characters in this movie? How do you guys feel about that? Do you guys want a multiversal story or a grounded story? Let me know in the comment section below. And as always, guys, thank y'all so much for swinging by. Have a great day. God bless y'all. Peace. So we have officially opened our members account here on YouTube. So for 99 cents, you guys can use all of these stickers in my live streams and in my comments. So if you guys want to join members and get access to exclusive videos such as me going through the antique shop with Chippy, or me going to C2E2 with Alex, or just random crystal openings that I won't upload to YouTube and exclusive content, for only 99 cents, you are able to get all of that. So stay tuned, guys, and the more members that we have, the more stickers I'm able to upload. So, you know, if you guys want to use the Magic Monkey sticker or the Diet Coke Slurp sticker or even one of your choice, let me know in the comment section below and join for 99 cents, guys. All support to the channel is going to go right back to the game, and it helps me afford the Diet Cokes. So please, guys, don't make me not have a Diet Coke.